Time, space, Shaquille O'Neal. These are the things that make the wonderful world of Australian media regulation. Mark Wahlberg, Great Northern, Susan Wojcicki. Welcome to the wonderful world of Australian media regulation. We're a movie about Tobey Maguire going emo, and a movie about a man with split personalities kidnapping and torturing 3 girls are considered equal in audience appropriateness. Where every second ad is about gambling or drinking, usually faced by an American celebrity. Tonight, I'll be putting into question the efficacy and the woke up-to-dateness of Australia's media regulation and regulatory bodies. Well, you may be wondering, what's the issue? Australia's media over the past 20-ish years has been swarmed by the infectious disease, no, not COVID-19, but the mass spread of content through the Internet 2.0, allowing for people across the world to be able to access news, content, entertainment, opinions with ease. Whether through media sharing platforms, websites, social media, or forums, content is now everywhere for everyone. This phenomenon is called media globalization. Now you may wonder, why does this matter for regulation? Doesn't it mean I can access the funny YouTube clips with ease and watch my favourite funny office show? Yes and no. With companies like Netflix, thousands and thousands of hours of content are uploaded every year, and up until a little while ago, Australia couldn't access it because we had to check it all first. Under our Australian Classification Bureau's regulation, each movie had to be checked and classified G, PG, M, MA15+, and R18+. Until recent legislation allowed for Netflix to regulate itself. This has been a success, except it really hasn't. Despite the veiled success of the regulatory bodies of Australia, there are several flaws that lie in the outdated system, allowing for many movies to go classified under what they should, despite their content and extreme saturation of dangerously targeted ads. The first criticism goes towards the Media Classification Bureau, whose classification system is outdated. Research from the Australian Council of Children and the Media now suggests that the brain development is far more complex than first thought. Kids' absorption of information is far differing from age to ages, hiding parents from the content that their children may be consuming. With the outdated system, Australia fails to keep up with the massive amounts of media coming through and increases the likelihood of the consumption ethical issue of presenting media to a child that might be scarred by it. By making the media classification more suited to certain age groups, we give agency back to parents, allowing them to actually determine which media product is right for their children.
Round 2, fight.
Who hates ads? I hate ads. And with the recent spike and stream of ads appearing on YouTube targeted towards gambling, I'm starting to suspect there's something fishy going on. It's always been known that with YouTube comes ads, and with ads comes money or monetization of content through YouTube's AdSense program. Now from my personal experience, I haven't been able to access YouTube without being affronted by Shaq or Mark Wahlberg suggesting I get into betting. This is because in 2020 the gambling industry has put over $250 million into Australian advertising. In Australia, ads are regulated by the Advertising Standards Bureau, or ASB. ASB's role is to analyse ads that appear in any media form and assess non-biasly whether they are appropriate for Australian audiences. This includes taking and responding to complaints about certain ads, but their reach is only so far. Although they do analyse ads on YouTube for statistics, their reach and enforcement have no grounds on the platform. This means that if you do see an ad on YouTube that you don't think is appropriate, you can only go and complain through YouTube's own servers. And YouTube doesn't allow for you, the audience, to access the ASB complaint section, something that isn't really known about by standard audiences. It's a bit biased and takes agency away from users. Even when the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission wanted to analyse the amount of revenue gained from ads on YouTube, Google threatened to pull the platform from our country to avoid the investigation. The chief executive of Free TV, Bridget Fair, said Google was trying to divert attention from the real issue. To prevent YouTube from imposing this often unregulated concentration of similar ads, Australia needs to keep up with this streaming platform and should be actively investigating the involvement of companies in the number of ads on YouTube. Furthermore, analysing the concentration of types of ads, especially ones about betting and drinking. In conclusion, Australia is far behind in its regulation of the media, not only in classification, but also in the regulation of ads. Australia needs to step up and play an active role in updating our outdated policies on media regulation. MA 15 plus. G. PG. M.